Hey all and welcome to the Planet Plipcam channel. Now today we are doing another Planet Coaster console review, a park on the Xbox Workshop, and yeah, we're going to go straight into this Lake Ocala review. So this was created by a creator who is a member of our Discord, the Planet Coaster Console Contest Discord, which is brilliant for all things Planet Coaster Console, for a chat, to get all the latest rules for all of the monthly contests, and the creator's name is on the workshop is XS Spidlock. So we're going to go through this park, and here they say on the workshop, a mid-sized park modelled after regional parks from the northeast US. The home park for Lazer Zap Uprising, which I was going to review as a blueprint on its own. That's how good it is, and I am going to show you that first in this park. So just bear with me as we take Plipcam round to that ride. And yeah, that is available as a blueprint on the workshop. It also features the e-ticket coaster, Expedition Oswald, the Legend of Forbidden Peace Count, a classic wooden coaster, dual spinning coasters, go-karts. Includes a novel outdoor amphitheater, all custom rides and buildings. With this latest update, phase 1 of construction is complete. I can't speak today. The amphitheater, fireworks, spectacular, and log flume have officially been pushed back to phase 2 due to Oswald-Eugene Counter on last gen Xbox. So we're going to check it out. As you can see, we're just getting to the first ride that I want to show you that I did actually record. I did record a video for this park, but then I wasn't happy with my kind of production value, and I did want to do this park justice for the creator. So it kind of worked out well because the creator updated their park in between me filming the first video for this, and I do apologise not uploading recently. I've been so busy at school with exams, so obviously they do come first. So yeah, you can see around here we've got this kind of sci-fi area to the park, and it must be a really high budget kind of park. And you can see here is the exit to the ride that I want to show you first, the shooting ride, and you will see my awful attempt at this ride. You'll see how bad I am, and it's certainly why I play these kind of slower games. I'm not very good at kind of first person shooters. So you can see this path around here. I would say, just looking at this, I would put some maybe planks along the edge to just cover up the kind of weird poles that are on the path. They can look a bit irregular. You can see the skyway to the village, which is down the more fairy tale area of the park. And this is Lazer Zap Uprising. So now the blueprint, I did actually record another blueprint video, like a little showcase, which I was thinking of doing. And yeah, it's such a cool little blueprint, but it doesn't come with all of this queue. Now the creator recommended that I explored this park with the queue and get all of the immersion, and you can just see you've got all of the mutt heads and everything all around the queue with all of the brilliant rock work. So yeah, a pretty cool queue line, as you can see around here, and we're nearly at the entrance here. You can see the exit just goes round to the right, and then to the left you can see just the ending of the dark ride there. Loads of the sci-fi pieces, as I say, nothing too custom, but it all works really well, and you've done a brilliant job of doing so well underground, as it's really difficult to make rides underneath the ground. So here's the you can see the score for the laser shooting ride. Obviously the stats are very low for the G-forces, which is obviously expected, but I've got to beat 9,290 points. Sydney Coronado, I think. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but you can see we're going to head onto this. Now this is certainly one of the best shooting rides I've seen in the game, if not the best. I'm so happy to be showing you this, but also maybe a bit embarrassed about my attempt at this shooting ride. You'll see the score that I get later on. In the first video that I attempted to record this, I did do a bit better. We can see 3, 2, 1, go, and we start shooting all of the targets. Now what I do like about this, you'll see it does give you plenty time to sit there and shoot the targets. And one of my favourite rides at Disneyland Paris, I think I've been very lucky to go to Disneyland Paris maybe 2 or 3 times. We've gone as a family, and it's been brilliant fun. And obviously I was younger at that time, I haven't been in a couple of years, and Buzz Lightyear's shooting ride was one of my favourite rides. It was so much fun with the little zapper on that little train. It was really one of the first kind of big theme park rides that I went on, so that was a really cool experience. And you can see you move around, you've got some doors that open, some sets, just like it's almost like the Tower of Terror kind of style ride that we have in the game, where you have the doors opening. So I like that about this. And then you've got this corridor with all of the different targets to the left and the right. I think I stuck with the left. It's hard to move the joystick left and right, and obviously different points, and you get your combos for this. But I am quite bad at losing my combo. I do try my best to keep it, but at the moment you can see I've got a pretty decent one, but I do lose it very soon. There you go. I said 2,820 points at the moment. Quite a way to go. I broke my combo again. Just look at the effects, the triggered effects in this ride. Like all to the targets, you can see wherever the ride goes, you've really got something to look at, and it swings you around all of the different set pieces. And you can see I'm really struggling now. You've got aliens shooting at you. I mean, the inspiration for this must really be some kind of Disney parks. It's so cool to watch this, and it was really fun to do. So definitely, if you want to go, if you're on the Xbox, sadly if you're on the PlayStation you can't check it out, which is such a shame that you're missing out. This is amazing triggered ride. But yeah, you know, put your comments down in the comments section and tell me how many you got. I'm sure you can beat my score. As you can see, we're very close to the end. And foreshadowing there, you can see how few points I've got. I do like how you've got all of the loop, the track going over itself, and it's perfectly timed so you don't get any overlapping. And yeah, you've got some more set show there, and that just ends the ride off, and you can see the queue, how it comes in there. So you can see there the overheads, and they look quite cool, left and right, all brilliantly themed. I got nowhere near it, 3,200 points, and that was my petty rubbish score. But yeah, never mind, we tried. And we're going to go on to the next kind of section of this park. You can see this is in the top left hand corner of the park. You got all of the lighting, which does look cool. All of the kind of radars that you can see on the towers. And also there's realism included as well. It hasn't all been themed on the outside of the building. It is just a big warehouse, which is definitely what it is in, well, every single park really. From an overhead, they don't go and theme the top of it. And then you can see, just moving on quickly, we'll just have a look at these go-karts here. So you can see what a brilliant kind of hangar building. And that's got all your aircon on the outside. Trim really nicely. I think the wooden planks have been used there. We're just at night time now. We'll drop it down into the daytime. I'm not going to ride this go-kart track as it is quite a long one. And if you watch the channel, you'll know that my computer crashes very often if I do videos over 20 minutes or so. So I've got to keep it to the minimum until we get a new family computer, which is brilliant, so I can hopefully edit some longer videos. So that is coming to my house soon, and I cannot wait. And we might even get to play Planet Coaster on the PC, which I do have a Steam code for, which I'm very grateful, which I won, and bring you some content possibly from that one. I'm not too sure. I would like to stick with the console version of the game, as I just love playing it on controller. And then you can see these dual spinning coasters. So you can see here you've got red and blue, red on the left, and we are going to ride the red one. I'm not going to ride both of them just to save a bit of time, but it's Revo Alpha. Excitement, not the highest. You don't do too much spinning at the start of this coaster. Again, what I would say, just have a look at your pathing there. Your queue lines do go over the top. I would just add some supports in there, as they wouldn't just be floating paths. So here we go, we are going to go up the lift hill. You can see a brilliant view of the sector to the right there. We'll head up the lift hill, and we'll get to the top, and we'll go for a ride on this coaster. Sun beaming down on our faces, and let's have a ride on this spinning coaster. So it does seem quite rough in some places, but I do like how you head into a block and you do hit the spinning, so it unlocks your car, so that's a good feature. I think at the start it was going a little bit fast maybe, but I do like this bit, how it's sweeping turns, and not too many kind of signature features of a spinning coaster. You don't have that kind of horseshoe that goes vertical, you don't really have a big one of those, but yeah, a pretty nice spinning coaster there. And you can see you've got the chairlift going all across here and it takes you either side of the park. And brilliant plaza again, you can just see with all of the path, it's really nicely been blocked out with all of the big wide paths. Hasn't been used as plaza pieces, such as, you know, putting some building pieces, flat grid roof pieces, but it does work really well when you do the thick ones. And again, safety, some of this bit could be having a bit more fences, but then I do like this ride, this drop tower. Just look at the queue line, that's really inventive, to be honest, to put that barrier outside the footprint of the ride, as obviously some are quite big in the game. Having such a small blueprint footprint of the ride, you can get a queue nicely around it, so that's really cool. How, imagine just going up and experiencing waving at the guests, and they might get some cool slow-mo pictures of your face as you go up. Just another assortment of flat rides around there, not too well themed. And then we've got this Dr. Brain's Brain Tumble. So you can see this is, I think it's called the Psychola, a custom all the way around this canopy. Now we are going to spend a little bit of time exploring this ride because it has been done so well. I think this is a blueprint in its own right on the workshop. I think I've come across it when I was just scrolling through and looking for things to review. Recently I've been doing quite a few reviews as building time I haven't had too much time to build. Recently I've had so much contest stuff to do for my radiator springs. And then you've got this flat ride here with all of the cool lights. Just look at the lights there with all of the going into the sky. I'm glad I turned it into nighttime. And you can see green and purple are really the colour scheme for this. The Psychola going around, and from the aerial view you can see, I mean, really bright. I'm not sure how nice it would be to ride the ride, but yeah, pretty decent. And it really does fit the theme of this ride, and the colours that it does come as standard. You can see I just wanted to show you all of these beams, the good advanced move kind of skills that have been used here. I'll try to get my camera correct. I do have problems sometimes. The vintage pieces inside there with all of the lights trimming on the outside, and the scaffolding with all of the fire effects which have been used with the fireworks. You can also see the waterfalls there in the little water effects in the lake. The Lake Ocala, I think it is Ocala, that's how you say it. And then you've got the ghost of Richard M. Nixon. This is a wooden coaster, and we're going to head around this queue line. Quite a wide queue line, which is quite nice. Again, need some chain link fencing or something if you have that DLC, just to make it a bit more real. We're going to pause it here so we can get on this train, and we're going to get into ride view. So you can see the results here. I do think I messed up my view of these, but there you go. 4.04 G's of verticals, 2.28 of laterals. So yeah, pretty decent G-forces, not too high. I think you've pretty much nailed them there. So we head down from the station up into the chain lift, and from the top you can see we head down a really pretty steep turn, and you do have quite a big weight to wait for here, so I did speed it up. So you head right all the way down here, all the banking around to the right, and just look how smooth this is to start with. Nice swaying around. You can see maybe that bit was a little bit rickety there, but really nice sweeping turns, maybe a bit more smoothing around there, and then just coming up here. I mean, even that, which would be quite rough if you didn't smooth it too much, is really well done. Nice queue interaction with the queue and the go-kart track. I would say some of this terrain could do with some rocks, the bits where you see it. The terrain paint in this game isn't the most realistic, and it does have some weird graphical issues where it moves and looks like you're kind of floating on some kind of terrain which is water, which is really weird. So let me know in the comments if you get that sometimes. I certainly do. When it's flat ground, it has some really weird perspectives. But you can see that was your roller coaster ride on that wooden coaster. I hope you did enjoy that. And yeah, pretty decent ride. You can see not too lit at night time. We have hit the 100% on the Oswald last gen Xbox counter, which is a shame. But obviously next gen consoles can be quite difficult to get your hands on, and obviously it is a big investment. So yeah, it's good to that we can play it on such old consoles, which is really good, and I'm so grateful to Frontier for doing that. We've got some more shops, and then we've got the Skyway to Sector 54. It almost reminds me of Alton Towers. I think they got a sector, I think it's X Sector or something. I think that's where Oblivion and the Smiler are. But yeah, and then you can see we've also got this amphitheater. Now this is kind of a castle theme. Now this looks out onto Lake Ocala. You can see you've got the fireworks, and you can see, it's spoiler alert, you've got the Kraken down there. So we are going to watch this performance, and I'm not going to speak for it. Got a light show, it's got a fireworks show, obviously you got the Kraken down there. It all builds up to a climax, and yeah, I hope you enjoy this little show. So there you go. I hope that you did enjoy that little show. Quite well put together. I would say that there were some less exciting, like, kind of bits to the show, where you did have some areas where, you know, you just had the lighting flashing. Maybe there was something going on that I missed, but maybe some more fireworks just to fill in that space. But yeah, all in all, I do love it when people do fireworks shows and timed events. So that's a really nice touch there. And then we are going to just have a quick look at Camp Eugene. So this isn't a finished area to Lake Ocala. This will be coming in the later version of the park. Maybe an upgrade to the next console may be made to the next gen, or maybe stick with the same console, which is totally understandable, and do a part 2. So Expedition Oswald, the infamous counter, obviously 5.37 Gs, quite high there, but we are going to ride this. I saw this on Facebook, and it really is a really cool ride. So I do hope that you enjoy it too. It's been also kind of themed with the wooden planks on the station there too, and all of the clutter that you get in the Western pack by the looks of it, the majority of it. And yeah, we're going to take a look on track view, because this coaster is unbelievably smooth. So you have this kind of pre-lift hill section where you just head under this little canopy, and then you head up and you can see a little drop that you got there on the left. Your head up will just speed this up so you don't have to wait. Again, lots of terraforming. Would be nice if you continued the rock work. You can see on the left there just a little bit more, but you can see we're just you can tell straight away when you're in track view how smooth this coaster is. There are some points when you go into some of the inversions that they are a little bit rough, but certainly not that one. Maybe later on I did notice that some of them could do with a little bit of smoothing, but I mean, you cannot really complain with this coaster. It's such an amazing one. And you've got all of the Western animatronics here. Look at this trigger now, all of the fireworks, the falling rubble. It's all perfect. Now, it's such a shame you don't have much more build limit just to finish this kind of area. I'm not sure if you'll be carrying it over. Maybe I think heading into that this transition up here was a bit rough. But yeah, I mean, even looking at it, back at it there, it's not even that rough. So maybe I'm complaining about something that isn't even there. So I am sorry about that. But yeah, that is that area. You can see it's well lit. Such a shame there's the water rides around there that we do have the limits, but obviously we can't complain because we get decent enough frame rates in this game. You don't want to be dealing with what PC have. And that will wrap up Ocala's review. I hope you have enjoyed it. Maybe if a second part is made, I'll definitely review that. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Thanks for sticking all the way through the video. Huge credit to the creator. Thanks for letting me know that this has been created. I did see it on the workshop before, and I'm so happy to have checked it out. Thanks so much for watching. As I say, please like the video if you have enjoyed it. If you are new, I really appreciate you subscribing, and you'll see some more exciting videos hopefully on these cards here that I hope you will enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.